Hello. Yes, cooking with Peach. I'm gonna be doing some hummus. I'll be there with cucumber and like 30 to 40 grams of meat. But I'm just gonna show the hummus making. Because the meat is leftovers. And the cucumber, well, just cut a cucumber. But, yes. Now, when I make hummus, I have never, and I mean it, never actually measured any ingredients. I tend to use like different ingredients all the time. Yeah, so I don't have like a specific. What I'm showing today, I'm probably not even gonna do next time I make it because I always do it different. I never follow like, oh, this is the perfect hummus recipe, or no. I mean, there are certain things that like I always use. Like for example, I always use salt, and I always use tahini and garlic. So those and some apple cider vinegar. Those are the things that I always use. Then, for example, now this is chickpeas, but you can use any type of bean. I mean, last time I used a mixed bean thing. But yeah, so like for example, this time I'm gonna use garlic powder because I don't have actual garlic. But normally what I do, if I have it, I just mushed garlic. And this is white pepper. This is coconut oil. And chickpeas. And I have some dill flowers right here from my garden. And yeah, it's dill. When you smell it, oh man, that's so dilly. Very nice. So I have that. And I'm gonna make it in the food processor. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm just gonna wash the chickpeas. Just very quick. Alright, so that's 260 grams of chickpeas. Just gonna throw in the dill. How much is this? I don't know. They don't measure stuff here. Yeah, let's see. Some salt. I don't know, let's say a teaspoon. Like 3/4 of a teaspoon maybe. Let's put a whole teaspoon in. Why not? Some garlic powder. I like garlic, so a decent amount. Some white pepper. There we go. Apple cider vinegar. Let's say 2 teaspoons. There we go. Pour in some coconut oil as well. Let's say 3/4 of a tablespoon. And this is tahini. Basically sesame butter. This one has separated a bit, so I'm gonna stir it around. Probably gonna put in, let's say, a tablespoon because, oh man, I don't really like tahini flavor, but I think it really needs it for the hummus. Even though it's not a flavor I particularly enjoy, I think you need to put it in. It's like a necessary evil. And I'm gonna put in some water as well. I'm just gonna start off with 2 tablespoons. See how it goes. Ah, god damn it. Okay, I can tell already it needs more water. Alright, put in 2.5 deciliters more. Okay, I'm gonna add in like, let's say, I don't know how much is that, like 1 teaspoon maybe worth of chili powder. And probably a little bit more water. Okay, it is done. Yeah. There we go. Oh, smells like tahini. I feel like the tahini, and you saw I didn't put that much, but man, it has such a strong flavor, or at least a very strong smell, that's pretty much the only thing I smell. Well, I guess the other things that you put in probably don't have very strong smell, except I guess the dill, but I mean, the amount of dill being used compared to everything else isn't that high. And this is how it looks, a bit rough, but that's what I like it. If you wanted it to be more smooth, whatever, you could add, I guess, some more liquid into it and then just make it spin for a longer time. But, I mean, I don't want that. So yeah, I'm gonna taste it. Yeah, tastes like a hummus. And I think the amount of tahini I used was actually pretty good, because you can still taste it, but it isn't the main flavor. Well, I guess it's the main aftertaste, but it isn't so much to where if you don't like tahini, kind of like how I am, I don't like it. You can still eat it, but I do think it is like necessary for the hummus. Yeah, pretty good. Don't really think you can fuck up hummus. Okay, hello. Yeah, this is how it looks. Just gonna smush it down a bit. And I mean, I did end up adding more dill to it, as you'll see. I harvested more from the garden. Just to add it, because I mean, the dill flowers, their taste pretty much disappeared. And then I was like, you know what, since the cucumber had gone bad, there was a hole through the entire cucumber. From where the stalk comes all the way down. So like, yeah, I'm not eating that. And yeah, and I was like, you know what? I don't really want meat either. So yeah, I decided to make a sandwich instead. It's good. There's additional dill sprinkled on. So if I were to do it again with the flowers, I would probably not mix them in. I would just put them on top, like I did with the leaves right here. Yeah, and also put, a bunch of salad in there as well. If you want a bit more sourness, I guess you could increase the amount of sourness you use. The reason why I use apple cider vinegar, I prefer it over lemon. Maybe I could have put maybe double the amount that I used. But yeah, I mean you can barely taste any sourness, so maybe I should have used a little bit. If I wanted a tiny bit of sourness, maybe double the amount that I used. But it's good. I did end up, I don't know if I showed it, but I did end up putting in like half a teaspoon more salt. What else? Yeah, I did put in some like 2 teaspoons of chili. No, not 2 teaspoons. I think I put 1 teaspoon of chili. Sorry, I think I said half a teaspoon. Ended up being 1 teaspoon. So whatever I said, I doubled it. Let's say. And yeah, that is that. And the thing is, you can barely fuck up hummus, I think. If you like the base flavor of hummus, it's very easy to make. If you don't like it, you're probably not gonna be able to make it to your liking, since I think the tahini flavor is so important in my mind. To where, I don't know, even if you don't like chickpeas, for example, like just replace it. So like when I make this, like minority of times I use chickpeas. I mostly use whatever bean or legume, doesn't matter, use it. I mean, I also once used this where I used some white bean. And I also used, haricot verts and wax beans that had already been, that was leftovers. Made that into hummus. So you could use pretty much anything. Because it's just a spread, right? A flavored spread. I'm eating a bit fast now because I'm recording. I don't need to eat it all. Normally it takes me like 15 to 20 minutes to eat a sandwich. I can see it like I've eaten this in 5 minutes. And it's because I'm recording, like, oh god, I must eat fast. No, I'm stressing myself up for some reason.